Welcome back to American Sunrise. You're already drinking coffee, but is it really doing anything for your body other than giving you a quick caffeine spike? Well, Rejuvenate coffee is different. It's clean coffee infused with CAAKG, a powerful compound studied for its ability to support longevity, cellular energy, and metabolism at the deepest level. That means sharper mornings, no crash, better focus, and long-term benefits that your body will thank you for. I drink it because I care about my health, my energy, and how I show up for my family, for my work, and for the life that I want to build. So if you're going to drink coffee anyway, make it one that actually works as hard as you do. Head to 1775coffee.com/Rav and try Rejuvenate coffee today. Don't just wake up, rejuvenate. All right, now that we are caffeinated, it is time to stay awake, not woke. And today we are discussing Democratic Louisiana Congressman Cleo Fields. Fields does admit that New Orleans has a crime problem, but added that he is more concerned about the sanctuary city status of the Big Easy. Take a watch.
New Orleans has a crime problem. Every city probably in this country has a crime problem, but you don't solve crime problems by sending in the National Guards. That's why we passed the law, I think in 1870-something, to do just the opposite. You don't use our military to fight crime. You use police officers.
So what is the solution then, as you see it?
Well, we can start by not cutting $811 million from crime prevention programs, $3.7 million cut from the state of Louisiana. We can start there. If the president was really serious about solving crime, he would not cut prevention programs like the one that he cut a few days ago.
What about ending the sanctuary city status of New Orleans?
Well, I mean, I think I'm more concerned about the due process that immigrants are receiving, not only in New Orleans, but all across the country. We shouldn't have law enforcement agencies walking around in the middle of the night with masks on, stopping people, arresting them, and not giving them due process of law.
These comments come after President Trump said this week they are considering sending National Guard troops to New Orleans as part of the crime crackdown. For more, let's bring in Terrance and David. Terrance, what say you about all of this? I mean, he's admitting that there is a crime problem, but doesn't want the federal government to get involved. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but even bigger than that is, I think the priority is giving illegal immigrants due process. No, the priority is getting crime under control in New Orleans, right. Getting crime under control for the people who voted for you. That's the priority. And while he may have a point that cutting in funding doesn't help, I think you negate that point by saying, I want to focus on due process for people who are in this country illegally. No, get the money so that you can get more police officers onto the streets of New Orleans to help patrol it and to help to get the crime under control. That way, President Trump wouldn't have to even consider putting military or National Guardsmen on the street to help beef up the law enforcement face there on the ground in New Orleans, David. I think that's the point.
Yeah, and Emily, you said what you're hearing is that you think he doesn't want national help. No, he wants national help. He just doesn't want the help that Trump is offering regarding the National Guard. He wants money. Right. They all want money, and they want it for, and here come the air quotes, crime prevention programs. What in the world does that mean exactly? Maybe we should unpack that in a segment next week. Actually, it's a pretty good idea, I think. What does that mean? I mean, a lot of this stuff is money that just goes and does absolutely nothing. And clearly the results have not been good. So they want help, but they want money. That's what they want. And by the way, this idea that he said that crime, if you're going to solve crime, you don't send in the National Guard. Paging Muriel Bowser, Page in D.C., what do they think about that? I think the answer is Cleo Fields, you're wrong on that. And if pictures were in a dictionary and I looked up Cleo Fields, I would see something along the lines of tone deaf, like a picture of someone being tone deaf, because that is straight up tone deaf. If you're caring more about illegal immigrants in a sanctuary city than crime in your own city, that's a problem.
Absolutely.
Now, I do think, guys, context is important. I believe that President Trump chose New Orleans as an example because, number one, there's a Republican governor there that he conceivably could work with in order to authorize the National Guard troops. So now he doesn't set himself up for a legal battle because he goes ahead against the wishes of the governor and puts in the National Guard. He would have a governor who would call and invite the National Guard, so that makes it easier in that respect. Secondly, New Orleans is a city that's got a massive visitor base every year and a massive tourism base. So it's a great way to give back to the New Orleans economy as well as the economy of Louisiana, and it makes it more attractive because the city appears to be safer. And thirdly, it would then again be another example of how effective having National Guard troops on the streets of major crime-ridden cities is. I think those are three key things that we have to keep in perspective.
Absolutely. I think if you ask his constituents, they would want him to be more focused on crime than protecting illegal immigrants. I think that was a great discussion, you guys. All right, coming up on American Sunrise in our Moments of Faith, we're tackling one of the most pressing issues of our time, the image of God. The details are ahead as American Sunrise continues.